Good morning, everybody. This is Reverend Brenda Merritt Mata with Holistic Radiance Health Network. And I was just wanting to acknowledge the fact that, we are all living a very bio-individual reality and hopefully doing our best to live in harmony and embracing unity through diversity while unifying in the collective consciousness to perpetuate and radiate unconditional love and to normalize miraculous living with each other and, bringing others along that aren't quite awake to that yet. And, it dawned on me while I was doing walking meditation 5 yesterday, walking into remembering my future as a mystic labyrinth walker, that, we're all bio-individual beings, and also some of us have some pretty supernatural experiences going on, and with that comes vibrating at a very high frequency sometimes. And instead of manifesting with spirit or creating with spirit, we create and manifest with spirit through us, and not just with us or as us, but through us as pure spirit. And sometimes that can look pretty out there, and sometimes it can feel pretty out there. And, Dr. Joe talks a lot about when our frequency raises, our vibrational frequency raises, we no longer match with lower frequencies and they just fall away. And, sometimes that is really hurtful and very painful. And he says that it's important to acknowledge those feelings and allow them to flow through us. And I'm just wanting to do that right now. My oldest son and my daughter both believe that I'm manic. They don't believe my psychiatrist giving me 3 thorough evaluations in the last 2 months. Now it's from being in remission from bipolar and PTSD to atypical bipolar and PTSD, is what he said Friday, which literally means that, I have those diagnoses, but there's no founding based in reality in my current life. And they're just based on a history of those diagnoses. So, embodying that truth and moving forward to be researched and hopefully help Dr. Joe at least provide a transformational story to begin with. But I'm hoping to be able to help research in the mental health field in Inner Science Research Foundation and with Encephalon. And one of these days go to a week-long retreat so I can hug him and all of you guys. But in the meantime, I've been doing what I'm doing, and it's not all been legal. And, I remember Dr. Joe saying verbatim, if you haven't been able to afford to go to a week-long retreat and you need healing, by all means, find my work somehow, however you can, and do the work. And so that's what I do. And, a lot of advanced students have gifted me a lot of amazing things, and it's perpetuated me into being symptom-free of 14 out of 15 diagnoses, and being off of 13 medicines, and living a miraculous life. This month alone, I've manifested over 25 grand in assets into my reality, and I live off of $1,101 of disability funds and $80 in food assistance. And so that's kind of what I'm normalizing in my life, and I'm trying to normalize it in my emotional state, because it's pretty amazing. And I get so excited that all my lifelong dreams 2 weeks ago came true in a 20-minute period. It was like the universe said, oh, here you go, boom, 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 like 5 minutes apart, boom, boom, boom. And, people are saying, well, you need to do this, and you need to do that, and you need to do this. And you know what? They don't know what I need. My psychiatrist says to keep doing what I'm doing because I'm doing really well. He doesn't need to do anything and even see me again unless I want to see him. And, my naturopath and students are hopefully going to be embarking on a study with me to get some research together to give a better picture of everything to Dr. Joe. And I'm going to the University of Washington and hopefully getting a 4-hour test to test my personality and mental health, because that's who diagnosed me, 33 years ago now, with bipolar 1. Ooh, that plane's loud. Bipolar 1 with psychotic features and what's now complex post-traumatic stress disorder, generalized anxiety disorder, social anxiety disorder. It's all gone. Anyway, I don't know exactly what I'm trying to say, except that when I came out of the trance yesterday morning, with walking, remembering being a labyrinth walker, mystical labyrinth walker, mind you, it dawned on me that nobody I've ever met, and hopefully nobody I ever will meet, had their son pass into the 5D and then very quickly after lose 29 of their beloveds to 5D in a year. And having died twice myself, and then going up into collective consciousness and saying my sacred yes to take back my vows and my duties as a licensed minister for Universal Life Church, and coming back down from that into my 8th center in Botec 6, and knowing that all those energies were with me in my body, and learning from another medium that I can set spiritual boundaries with spirits just like physical boundaries with humans, and learning how to do that so I can actually function, and being led to a will-o'-the-wisp at a pride festival, and knowing that it had my son's energy all over it and a lot of other energies I didn't understand at the time. But when I researched, I found the Japanese will-o'-the-wisp spirits are reborn from deceased into a body, and they're very resentful, and they can become so hot energetically that they feel like they're burning you. And I'm learning to deal with that. I wasn't even going to that shop where the will-o'-the-wisp was, and my body went there. And I didn't even know if I had the money in the bank account, but I knew I had to put it on my son's altar. And sometimes there's so much resentment within me that I do feel like I'm going to be burned, but it's vapor and it's ether and it's spirit. So I'm not getting burned. It just feels so hot and so resentful. And all those spirits, when I thought about it, they all had a bone to pick with society, and they all want to have their voice heard. And so, there's that, and I'm feeling that. And, I have those mantras in my head from the breathwork tracks from Dr. Joe. You just gotta want it. Give me what you got. Take a big drink on this one. And I just remember that I signed up for this sacred yes, and I can't unknow what I already know. Like Reverend Beckwith says from Agape, my beautiful church, I can't unknow what I know. And I signed up for my sacred yes. I said a big yes last year. And my theme, after 11 hours of life visioning classes with Reverend Beckwith and Keith Horowitz from Soul Center, Orange County, Sister of Agape in California, after those 11 hours, I had pages and pages and pages of visioning for this year. And when I woke up the next morning, it was like, okay, I am to co-create, to radiate, to fully participate. And that is my theme for this year. And I was saying infinite possibilities in 2023 from the beginning of December 2022. And I truly am embodying the infinite possibilities of 2023. And my lifelong dreams are coming true, one right after the other. And they're coming together in such surprising, amazing ways. And I'm just continually awestruck and awe-inspired in the middle of the night, And it's okay. I'm getting okay with getting up at 1 a.m. and doing work for 5 hours and then going back to sleep for a couple hours and getting up and doing more work. And all these downloads that I'm now writing down instead of trying to blast them all over social media because they're so amazing. And everybody thinks I've just lost it. But that's okay too, you know. Belinda Bloom taught me that there is such thing as a frequency mania, where you're vibrating so high that nobody can relate and they think you're manic, mentally manic, but you're not. You're frequency manic. And it's such a high vibration and takes so long to integrate into material. If you're able to just be patient and let it settle the way it needs to settle and organize the way it needs to organize. And I'm noticing that the more patient I am with the energy settling, it just continues to blow my mind. And like I'm able to recount detail after detail of my life from no emotional stance and just observe it and be wise through it. And that meme that Dr. Joe has, you know, releasing the emotions from the past leaves pure wisdom, is so true. And it's so powerful when it happens. And, you know, my psychiatrist was absolutely blown away the other day when I was able to tell him about a rape situation that people were walking by ignoring me, and I was 15, and I was overcame with love the last time I had that memory for all the people involved. And I realized in my body, in my soul, in my being, everything I am, that they were wounded, and I had love for them and I had compassion for them. And that was the morning after I woke up from realizing, after reconditioning the body to a new mind, that I really did love my life. And, you know, people listen to my history about being molested by both my parents and being, you know, in a relationship with someone who believed he was Jesus Christ and I was Mary Magdalene, and forced me to have sex with people, and all the 19 surgeries and dying twice and all that stuff. They're like, how can you possibly love all that? Well, because it's made me who I am. And like Dr. Joe says, you know, the eternal now in the quantum is like a stick. It's all now. And in order to love myself now and in the future, I have to love that past. And I don't even have to. I get to. It's a blessing. It's a gift. I'm so grateful to be able to love all that and to be able to embody the wisdom from it and to be able to have a message from it, you know. And I'm grateful that this month is the month that I'm found out that I've reversed mental health issues, and they're no longer issues, and they're no longer even a mental health or ill health. It's a mental fitness maintenance now. And like I say all the time, the morning and evening volume 2 is my breath. It's my ritual. It's my go-to. It's my everything that helps me. I'm pretty sure even learning how to unravel neural nests, where the first limited behavior is actually a childhood memory of a behavior from being homeless or something of that nature. It's been so amazing. And I hope that I get to talk to Inner Science Research and Encephalon and Dr. Joe about it, because that daily routine has been transformational. Even after doing 3 rounds of Breaking the Habit of Being Yourself, the morning and evening volume 2 is eons beyond that for me, powerfully. And, you know, it's beyond me why people will tell me they've gone to 3-week-long retreats, but when I tell them I'll give them my morning and evening volume 2, if they'll just do it for a month and then talk with me about coaching them and going from there because they want what I have, they're not willing to do it. So I don't understand. It's beyond me, because Dr. Joe says in every lecture, you gotta change yourself before you can change anything else. So I'm here to tell you, I believe that, I embody it, and I'm living proof, and I love you guys. Goodbye.